What if there were games so good, so masterfully crafted, they left nothing to complain about? The kind of titles that critics and fans agree are pure perfection. From unforgettable stories to revolutionary gameplay, these are the 15 rare gems that truly earned their 10 out of 10 status. Let's break down what makes each one a masterpiece. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild redefined what it means to be an open-world game. With its vast landscapes, non-linear gameplay, and physics-based mechanics, it gives players an unmatched sense of freedom. Whether you're paragliding off mountains, solving ancient shrines, or just roasting apples by a fire,
missions new levels of diversity and intensity.
every moment feels like your own story. The world is reactive, immersive, and full of tiny surprises that make exploration a joy. Number 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's magnum opus, Red Dead Redemption 2, is more than just a Western. It's a living, breathing world. Set in the final days of the Wild West, you play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw caught between loyalty and change. The narrative is powerful, emotional, and beautifully written, often blurring the lines between right and wrong. It's storytelling at its finest, with characters that feel real and relationships that evolve meaningfully over time. Number 3. The Witcher 3. Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3 is a gold standard for RPGs. You step into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter for hire, navigating a war-torn world teeming with political intrigue, mythical creatures, and complex moral choices. What sets this game apart is the depth of its quests. Side stories feel just as important and emotionally resonant as the main plot, and every choice has lasting consequences. Visually stunning and rich in lore, the game's world is massive, yet dense with meaningful content. Number 4. God of War 2018. God of War reinvented itself in 2018, transforming Kratos from a rage-fueled warrior into a nuanced, deeply emotional father figure. Set in Norse mythology, the game tells the story of Kratos and his son Atreus as they journey to fulfill a final wish. This emotional core grounds the game, giving it a sense of purpose and maturity rarely seen in action titles. The dynamic between Kratos and Atreus evolves naturally, filled with quiet moments of growth and understanding. Number 5. Elden Ring. From Software's Elden Ring takes the punishing difficulty and deep lore of the Soulsborne series and blends it with a massive open-world experience.
Honestly can be a bit annoying despite some workarounds that the game does give you later on. I think honestly it's one of the few questionable design choices here. It seems like it just exists just to exist. But
co-created with George R.R. Martin, the game throws you into the lands between, a haunting, beautiful realm full of deadly secrets. Unlike other open-world games, there's no quest log or waypoints pushing you forward. Exploration is raw and rewarding, filled with moments of awe, surprise, and dread. Number 6. The Last of Us Part 1. Few games have managed to capture raw human emotion like The Last of Us Part 1. Set in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by a fungal outbreak, the story centers around Joel and Ellie, a man broken by loss and a girl born into a world without innocence. Their bond grows slowly, painfully, and powerfully throughout the journey. The writing is sharp, the voice acting is stellar, and the cutscenes are so cinematic that they blur the line between film and game. Number 7. Bloodborne. Bloodborne is a gothic nightmare brought to life. Set in the cursed city of Yharnam, the game oozes atmosphere with grotesque monsters, cryptic lore, and a world that feels hostile, decayed, and alive. Unlike its Souls siblings, Bloodborne pushes a faster, more aggressive combat style. Instead of hiding behind shields, you dodge, strike, and regain health through counterattacks. It's brutally exhilarating. Number 8. Grand Theft Auto V. Grand Theft Auto V is Rockstar's most ambitious sandbox to date. Set in the sprawling city of Los Santos, the game follows 3 distinct protagonists, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, whose lives intertwine through crime, chaos, and a surprisingly emotional narrative. Each character brings a unique perspective and playstyle, and switching between them mid-mission is still one of the coolest innovations in gaming. Number 9. Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 was ahead of its time in almost every way. Released in 2004, it introduced physics-based gameplay with the iconic gravity gun, allowing players to solve puzzles and fight enemies in creative ways. You play as Gordon Freeman, a silent protagonist navigating a dystopian world oppressed by the alien Combine. The storytelling is minimalist but deeply effective, unfolding through the environment and interactions rather than cutscenes. Number 10. Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is minimalism at its most majestic. You ride alone through a hauntingly empty world, seeking to defeat 16 massive colossi in hopes of reviving a lost love. There are no typical enemies, no towns, no distractions. Just you, your horse aggro, and the towering beasts that stand between you and your goal. Each colossus is a puzzle in itself, requiring strategy, timing, and courage to bring down. Number 11. Dark Souls. Dark Souls is more than just a game. It's a rite of passage. Known for its punishing difficulty and cryptic storytelling,
Besides, any missed quests give me extra incentive to continue on to New Game Plus.
it invites players into a world of decayed kingdoms, forgotten gods, and cursed heroes. Every enemy encounter could be your last, and yet each death is a lesson. It demands patience, precision, and perseverance. But when you overcome a brutal boss or find a clever shortcut, the reward is deeply satisfying. Number 12. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3 is often hailed as Hideo Kojima's masterpiece, blending stealth gameplay with Cold War-era espionage. Set in the 1960s, the game serves as an origin story for Big Boss and lays the groundwork for the entire Metal Gear saga. The jungle setting brings survival mechanics into play. You have to hunt for food, treat wounds, and adapt to your environment, making every mission feel more grounded and immersive. Number 13. Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5. Royal takes the stylish JRPG formula and cranks it to perfection. You play as a high school student living a double life. By day, navigating teenage life and social bonds, and by night, infiltrating surreal, mind-bending palaces as part of the Phantom Thieves. It's a game that's equally about friendships and fighting demons, all set to a jazzy, unforgettable soundtrack and wrapped in stunning anime-inspired visuals. Number 14. Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is pure joy in game form. It throws Mario into a globe-trotting adventure across wildly creative kingdoms, from realistic cityscapes to surreal, candy-colored lands. The introduction of Cappy, a magical hat that lets Mario possess enemies and objects, completely redefines how you interact with the world. This mechanic opens up a massive variety of gameplay opportunities that feel fresh and constantly surprising. Number 15. Portal 2. Portal 2 is a puzzle platformer that somehow combines brain-bending gameplay with razor-sharp writing. Armed with the iconic portal gun, you navigate through a series of test chambers by creating portals to solve increasingly complex physics-based puzzles. It takes the core mechanic of the first game and expands on it brilliantly, adding new elements like gels, light bridges, and more without ever overwhelming the player. Which of these 10 out of 10 games left the biggest impact on you? Or did we miss a flawless gem that deserves the spotlight? Let us know in the comments. And if you're all about legendary games, there's plenty more where this came from.